When the head, neck, backbone is straight, the energy flow is maximum, ideal for Shravan Manan Nididhyasanam. When the body becomes still, the mind also starts quietening down. So let us withdraw our mind from all that has happened in the past. There is nothing called as past and future. It is only present moment. Let us withdraw our mind from future anxieties, worries, anxieties. So still body, cheerful mind, clear intellect is the sadhana what we have to do for tuning our instruments for this journey. Then the results and the experience we can have of this knowledge what we are discussing. So let us invoke Lord's grace, Guru Parampara's blessings. For any result to happen, two things must come together: God's grace and our efforts. Let us chant loudly together. Om. 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 Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्थजम्बो फलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजं सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जङ्गमं व्याप्तं यत्किञ्चित् सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं हरि ओम
Hari Om. Thank you, Manisha. So we are doing one interesting topic. Everything about Bhagavad Gita is interesting only. But to practice in our day-to-day life, the 9 no's and the 9 yes from the Gita. So we saw one first no, that is no attachment. So attachment means psychological dependency, not transactional dependency. Very important one. Psychologically, we suppose we are depending on something, then that needs to be detached. Asanga shastrena drudena chitva. That is a verse we are reflecting upon. And why it is important? Because wherever there is dependency, there is slavery. Wherever there is dependency, there is sorrow, anger, frustration, irritation, all that will follow. So choice is ours, whether we want to live that or whether we want to, do that. Whether we want our life to be happy and joyous or we want our life to be, enjoyable, successful, pleasant, then attachment must be less. That is what is a learning. So no attachment. Asanga shastrena drudena chitva. And that is to be tackled with detachment. So we also defined detachment as not giving up something, but reducing the psychological dependency. And now the second no, what we are taking is no comparison. This is also a very subtle part in our personality that most people think that I am not comparing, but all of us are comparing constantly. There is constant comparison going on because our eyes, ears, nose, tongue is, taking something from outside. It has to compare with something within. Even this knowledge, what is coming also, we are saying, okay, this is I have heard. I have not heard this. Oh, something new. Oh, I know all these things. Oh, this is there in that. Oh, many people, when you talk to them, oh, I have heard with this Swamiji. You have already gone back and then comparing that with this. It's a very subtle part that we are discussing. And in Bhagavad Gita, it is given a very high importance because Bhagavan is very, very strongly coming on this. Shreyan swadharmo viguna paradharmat swanushtitat swadharme nidhanam shreya paradharmo bhayavaha, means it is very deeply highlighted that doing or thinking about somebody else's duty is very, very dangerous. Bhagavan is telling her it is very dangerous. And it is the second thing what Bhagavan is mentioning very strongly here is that it is better to do one's own duty, whether it is a sweeper duty or a assistant duty, or I have to just do a duty of postman and then, Giving the postman. That is still better than thinking and doing somebody else's duty, which is equivalent to death. Death is better. So we are in a particular situation, in a particular family, with a particular, relationships. And then everybody thinks, I wish I had a different spouse, different children, different family, different place, different days, different job. I would have been more educated. Those who come into Geeta knowledge, they say, wish I would have come early. That is a good thing. But they don't do so much. They only say, I wish I would have done. Then you should do more courses. You should give up all your family, job, business, and only focus on this. Just saying that I wish I would have come early, it has no meaning. So again, there is a comparison of somebody who has come early. And we also saw one video on this from Three Idiot, that what is the psychology of comparison, that we will see in detail. But a funny video saying that मेरा दोस्त जब फेल होता है तो दुख होता है, और बट मेरा दोस्त जब फर्स्ट आता है तो ज्यादा दुख होता है. And that is what I have learned as a lesson. So I have to be very careful that whether I'm comparing with somebody or no, because it happens subconsciously. So with that background, we will see different aspects of comparison. Some years back, when I was definitely I do, that is my profession of coaching, training. I met one corporate person after many years, and I was finding him little low, little depressed. So I asked him, what happened? So he was not ready to share because he was finding it little weird to share. What happened? Why are you so depressed? You don't know, there is something, very weird you may find. Nothing is weird. Everything has a reason. I still remember that story. He told that, last 3 years, I have been going to my office and I am little not so motivated, but what was motivating me is this person, this colleague of mine whom I was competing constantly. I wanted to do better than him. If he comes second, I want to come first. If he attains this much, I want to attain that much goal. So constantly I was, competing with him. And then what happened then? Why are you depressed? He told, I was finding, fun and joy in that competition. But suddenly, last month when I came to office one day, I realized that he has left that organization, my organization, gone to some other organization. And now when I come to office, I have nothing to look forward because my goal was competing with him only. So there is another very subtle distinction between competition and comparison, because right now football matches are going on, IPL matches, world over. Competition is healthy, comparison is unhealthy. So I have to understand what is the distinction between this. Some people say, no, competition is good. Competition is always good. I must finally compete with myself. It's competition, but that competition leads to comparison. As we saw, these topics are not ordinary topics. The same love becomes attachment. I love my family, I love my children, I love this, I love that. But same love becomes attachment. Here, sometime while competing, I may not realize that it has become comparison. So we will see what is the difference between these two. Competition asks, how can I become better? Better player, better human being, better. I want to become better and better in whatever I am doing. Comparison asks, am I better than others? That person does so nice, that person speaks so well, that person is having family. There's so many comparison topics we will see. Am I better than others? That is a dialogue going on inside. No, that person is so lucky, looks so better, born like that. I am so this thing. So always I want to be better than others. Competition focuses performance, improvement, achievement. Comparison focuses identity, ego, status, self-worth. Because this is a very important portion which get attached with comparison, that is my self-worth. We will discuss about it. So wherever there is comparison happening, it is the status what has been discussed, self-worth, ego. But when we are competing, we are talking about how many In marathon, you ran in 10 minutes. Okay, I want to compete and I want to do that 10 minutes to 9 minutes. Okay, that is competition. But I am constantly comparing with this person on different aspects. Competition says that I want to improve my performance. Comparison says I want to know whether I am better than you. So I may take support in that, but with subtle distinction I must note where that needle moves from competition to comparison. Competition measures results, comparison measures people. That's the reason you find there are some people who always, when you meet them, they will talk about some other people. You know what happened, that relative, that neighbor, that auntie, that mama, this happened. Always about people only. And why it happens? Because they are constantly thinking about other people. Competition is me versus the challenge. This is very interesting. Comparison is me versus you. How much work you do in our home? I do this much. What you do, this much I do. How much you earn? This much I earn. Constantly there is a tussle going on. Competition improves competence. Comparison destroys confidence. Competition fuels excellence. Comparison fuels envy. This is a very, very important point. This is where kama, krodha, lobha, moham. So it is not ordinary thing what we are discussing, because this is natural that there is envy in us. Otherwise, Bhagavan wouldn't have said in Bhagavad Gita and many scriptures that kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsara, that matsara comes. I heard once Guruji saying is that, I not getting envy of others is okay, still in my hand. But others not getting envy of me, how to manage that? So underplay, don't try to show off, don't try to talk about your success stories only. So that way we can manage to some extent. Comparison breeds insecurity, competition builds capability. Those people who are having comparative mindset, it is very subtle. We can see there in their dialogues, in their conversations with us. And inside there is security, so they always look outside and check self-worth. What is comparison now? How we can figure out whether I'm comparing or not, and what is the definition of comparison? Very, very interesting and powerful definition of comparison. That's the reason it is coming in Bhagavad Gita, Paradharmo Bhayava. Please be aware of this. Who earns more? Who looks better? Husband earns more, wife earns more if the both are earning. If in office, who is earning more? Who looks better? In brother and sister also it happens. Cousins. If some person has lot of cousins and brothers, sisters, they have a comparison. Who looks better? Who earns better? Who is more intelligent? Who is more fitter? Who is more successful? When there is after college, when there is an alumni meet and all, people say, oh, you are working in that company. Oh, you have a bungalow, you have a BMW. And then I am, living in Sakinaka and having a Maruti car. There is insecurity starts building up. Who has a better phone? And this is not ordinary. We can just go to college and see how these comparisons happen. Who has a happier family? Now this is up to the world. Now when it comes to spirituality also, the comparison. Who is more spiritual? Those people who listen to Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads and higher texts. No, that you are only, you have reached up to Tattva Bodh. Okay. I have studied 7 Upanishads. You are a little beginner now. Beginner in spirituality. I am advanced seeker now. I am fair for 30 years. What is the transformation that I do not know, but I have a lot of information. But I have not overcome my anger, jealousy, or my peace. I am not much peaceful, but I have a lot of information. Congratulations. So when we have this kind of question, there's only few, then this is comparison is going on inside. We have met comparison within. What is the definition? This is very powerful definition. If you are writing, has a habit of writing while listening, then this I must write down. Measuring your self-worth using someone else's life. So my self-worth is defined by someone else. What a tragedy. My self-worth must be defined by myself or the scriptures. Aham Atma Gudakesha. I am the Atma. That is my definition. Making other person's journey the yardstick for my happiness. So this is a tragedy of comparison. So no comparison is important. Other person's life is the yardstick for my happiness. And this is what we discuss. No, wish I had this, wish I had this, wish I had this. Like this person is so lucky. This luck comes from this aspect. So what are the comparison topics and types? What are the topics people have comparison mostly on? Salary, house, car. How big is your house? How small is my house? What kind of car you have? When I had gone to USA, one person was there. He was also tourist with us, but he told in the East Coast there are less. If you go to this place, you will find all top end cars. Now you can see all ordinary cars. So all the time the person was telling me the comparison how the East Coast is different than West Coast, and in China how it is, because there were a lot of Chinese in that bus. Children, our own children we compare. See, your sister is so disciplined, you are so shabby. See, that cousin is so intelligent. Looks, this is very, very important for teenagers, because teenagers are very sensitive about how they look. One pimple here, and then we compare, your sister is better, uska to shadi jaldi ho jayega, wo to khoobsurat hai. The moment one sentence we say casually and laugh, that person becomes so insecure within, feels so bad. नहीं, उसको तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो, तो गोरी है, अच्छी है, and another sister is not so गोरी अच्छी, problem starts. Already we have put the seed of poison of comparison. Followers, this is also very important. Oh, in your class so many people come. Oh, that person's class so 125 people come. Oh, that Swamiji so many people follow. This Swamiji less people follow. Again their comparison. Spirituality, knowledge, how much knowledge I have, how much knowledge you have. Even in meditation and realization, people compare in spirituality. Oh, you meditate for 15 minutes. I have attended Vipassana. I can meditate for 14 hours. And then when we come to spirituality, oh, this Swamiji is realized. No, I don't think this person is realized. No, do you think he's realized? We can never know somebody is realized or no. Recently, Guruji mentioned, एक बार ब्रह्मन को जाना जा सकता है, ओम आप ब्रह्मविद आपनोति परम, बट ब्रह्म ज्ञानी को नहीं जाना सकता है. वन कैन नो ब्रह्मन, बट इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू नो ब्रह्म ज्ञानी, because I will look from my superimposition and my color and my gelatin color, whether it is green, everything looks green. So comparison is there in all spheres. No, my organization, my religion, everywhere it is percolated deep down. What are the types of comparison? Upward and lower. Two types. Upward comparison means they are better than me. And when the maid servant comes, I say, no, my life is so good, At least I am not, having the life of a maid servant. That maid servant has never gone out of Mumbai. Morning 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, the maid servant works. If she gets ill, she has no holiday. Even Sunday also she has to come. Even if the holiday has to be given, then there is so much of problem to the person. That maid servant is staying in, one 8 by 8 room, 10 people. Whereas lower. But when it is upward, inferiority, jealousy, discouragement. And when it is lower, I am better than them, it is not happiness, ego, pride, complacency. The way we talk to our service provider shows our character. Same way, can you talk to your boss? No, boss, I cannot afford. But wherever we can afford, we can. So ego is increased. So one exercise we have to do, close your eyes and ask these questions. Now you can open your eyes and see also. Should a mango tree compare itself with a coconut tree? Oh, I wish I would be a coconut tree. And coconut tree thinks, oh, I wish I should become an Alfonso mango. Never. Should a rose compare with lotus? No, both are independent. If rose thinks, oh, lotus is so big, I want to become sunflower is so nice. At least it is not offered in temples. I am always offered in temples. I always get cut very easily. Should the moon compare itself with sun or sun compare itself with moon? No. Should tigers compare with lions? When the tigers or animals and birds and plants, when they get to eat, the tiger doesn't think I should become a better tiger than other tiger. But when we get food and relaxation, then we start thinking of the neighbor, what the neighbor is doing. Should fish compare with birds? Now the question comes that should batsmen compare with bowlers? Why do humans compare? All these species don't compare with each other. Only humans has this comparison. Comparative mindset. So causes and effects of comparison. Why humans has this tendency? When we have everything, still my mind is not happy because I'm comparing. Oh, wish I would have been like this person. I would have got this. I wish I would have not got this. Ignorance of Swadharma. That's the reason this verse is very, very important. That Swadharme Nidhanam Shreya. Swadharmo Viguna Paradharma Swanushrithat. So, because I am ignorant about my Swadharma, I compare with others. That is the cause. Not knowing one's uniqueness. Second cause. Low self-worth. My worth should not be defined by my work. Very, very powerful statement for giving in corporates. No, the boss is lucky. Boss just sits. I have to do all work. But boss also have gone through that. So my self-worth should not be defined by my work. No, I am just only ordinary housewife. Many women have this challenge. No, I am not working. No. I wish, I would be working and earning some money. So my work defines my self-worth. When the introduction happens, we can see many times people, I'm only housewife. Nowadays, with this lot of knowledge, people change some words, but inside that feeling is there, I'm only housewife. There is no pride in that. So my work cannot define my worth. External validation. There are some people who always want somebody else to applaud and validate what their opinion is, what they think, what they want. So living for applause rather than purpose. Childhood conditioning. This is what we spoke earlier. See neighbor's son. Look at your sister. Look at that cousin. She got married also. She has got 2 children. Now you see that particular son, he went abroad. You are not doing anything. Always there is a... And then one of the dangerous things what we do for very small children is good boy, good girl, bad boy. Already the comparison starts at a very early age. Effect of comparison. Jealousy, inferiority, lower or high self-esteem than reality. That is what is a big price we pay for comparing with others. That's the reason Bhagavan says, Paradharmo bhayavaha. It is dangerous, it is fearful. You do your duty and do with that pride that I have got this opportunity to do. I will do my best. My father used to say when I left job and started business, that any business is good. If you want to become to pan business, be the best panwala on that street. Any business is good. So why comparison is dangerous now? So we saw the cause of comparison, but why is it dangerous? Comparison reduces joy. Always I compare my last trip and this trip, the last time and this time, and this is with us only. I will be happy when I become like her. I wish I had a life like her or him. Comparison creates self-doubt. Am I good enough? Outside many people say, no, you can go and do training, you can take a class, you can talk, you can. No, 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 I know. Because I compare with somebody else. No, no, I want to become like that Swamiji, then only I can do. But I am not Swamiji. I will only do in my way. So what? Am I good enough is a very dangerous question which comes from comparison. Comparison is self-created imagination which takes us away from reality. What is reality? Someone will always have a better house, bigger job, better spouse, better hair, better looks, a faster Wi-Fi, better car. That is going to be there. Even not today. Tomorrow, today you may have maximum money in India, but tomorrow there will be another person who will break the record. So reality is that whatever I have achieved, there will be somebody who will be better than me. I remember, sometime in this sessions, that video I'm going to show when the time comes. And that video is of Dhoni retiring, how he declared his retirement and what was the song he played. He played a Hindi song. That today is my day, somebody else will come that way, that will be his day. Amitabh Bachchan song is there that we will play. And that way we must retire. Simple, he went to Chennai and then he had one or two players with him and he said, I'm retiring from all international cricket except IPL is a private one. And quietly retired and he played that song. He has made a small video on that also. We'll display it. There will be always somebody better than me. Smarter dog, more knowledge. So how to overcome comparison? Now we come to this topic. Realize that I am the creator of my birth, journey, situation. Children select their parents. Not that parents selects children. We select the place where we want to be born, America, India, whether in Pedder Road or in some kind of slum. Who will be our parents, who will be our brother, sister. I only decide. My journey, I only decide. The situations which come, that I only have decided that situations I should be faced, and that is where the Purushartha comes. So I only take a call because we have learned in Vedanta that children are loaded and they are born. This is very important to overcome comparison, celebrating other people's success. There are many people I know who will only go to somebody's death ceremony. If something is wrong, somebody's hospital, they will be 10 times calling. But somebody has got some success, they will only send a WhatsApp. Because, I have never met a person who has gone to, Kolaba and seen those, 27-floor building of Ambani and said, wow, I am so happy looking at this. So there is another type of people, दूसरे के दुख में दुख होता है, but दूसरे के सुख में ज्यादा दुख होता है. I know how you earn. And these people are very sympathetic when something goes wrong. Somebody's hospital, poor person. They will discuss 10 times about, see that person now in hospital suffering too much, too much suffering that person. And all the time they are, because internally they derive some happiness maybe. But somebody is very successful, somebody is earning a lot of money, somebody has built a big house, that they will not discuss. I am, so दूसरे के दुख में जब हम लोग दुखी होते हैं, दूसरे के सुख में सुखी क्यों नहीं होते? Because comparative mindset is there. Somebody has a bigger thing, then we must also be sharing his happiness. Only sharing somebody's dukkha is not being compassionate. There are very few people who can be happy really genuinely in somebody else's happiness. That is a cost we pay. Compete with yourself and your yesterday. That is the way to overcome comparison. Actually, celebrating others' success is very highly coached to all the players who are playing in cricket, football, any game, who are team players, team games. So if somebody else scores a century and you get on zero out, you should not creep, complain and become depressed. You celebrate his success. No, I got in zero, I got out in zero, I got out in zero, I did this. But somebody else scored double century. Celebrate their success. Not very easy, all these things, but we have to practice. That's the reason it comes in Bhagavad Gita. Shift comparison to admiration and learning. That what can I learn from this person? This is a very powerful one. In one of the training programs, we were told that after the 3-4 days what we spent, that become what quality from the other person what you want to imbibe. And that has stuck in my head. Like there is some quality in each person where we can imbibe in us from other person. Something we can learn from other person and admire, and then I can pick up and imbibe in me. So that's way to overcome comparison. Remember, nobody can become you. It's a very powerful statement. If nobody can become you, why are you not trying to become, why are you trying to become somebody else? If nobody can become you, why are you trying to become somebody else? Discover your Swadharma. Now, what is to be done? What is the first cause? That the main cause of this comparison is that I am not aware, I am ignorant about my own Swadharma. If I do this, I will not compare with anybody. So we will just see one small video on what is Swadharma and what is the importance of it. So I'll just share the sound. And if the sound is less, I will just translate what happened, because sometimes in this video, the Madhavan's dialogues are little emotional. It's an emotional video. So some of the dialogues are not, heard properly, but this is a scene from Three Idiots where this Madhavan wants to become a photographer, but because of his father's wish, he has taken admission in IC Engineering College. And it is the college is completed and now he is gone for the interview. He doesn't go for the interview because he wants to develop his photography, and he's already applied somewhere. He's got a small job in some jungle. And now there is a dialogue happening that he says to his father that I don't want this particular job because I didn't go for this interview only because I want to go there. That is my Swadharma. And his father says that how much you will earn? He says, whatever I earn, but I'll be happy. So I have to check myself that, whatever work I am there, that is it as per my Swadharma. Then there is no work as such. Then there is fun only. Then there is picnic only every day. The profession, if the profession I am doing, if it is my passion, then there is no work. Work is not work. Some people say, no, I am going to office and then coming back to office. This is my job. This is my duty. But when I love something, then I can 8 hours play in the 40-degree cricket because I love cricket. So very, very powerful video that I have to discover my Swadharma. We must take to maximum schools and colleges and invite them to do that. And now also we must discover our Swadharma. What I love to do, I must do. So discover our Swadharma. Why? Because there is nothing higher than doing Swadharma. Doing one's Swadharma. That is what in this verse it is been mentioned. Swadharme nidhanam shreya. There is nothing higher than doing one's own duty. What is as per my temperament. What is Swadharma? Natural mental temperament. There are some people who don't love engineering. Their heart is into music. I know someone, chartered accountant, who after 5-10 years left chartered accountancy and has his own orchestra and sings in marriages and all. Some people say, you're a chartered accountant, you are a CFO, and now this gives me happiness. Somebody calls me in the marriage party, birthday party, I sing, he has got an orchestra. Maybe it would be less from others' perspective, earning and profession, but he is happy and inclined towards certain type of work. That I must do. Choosing the right field to do right work. Some people love cooking, some people don't like cooking. Some people love talking, some people love reading. I must choose something what I can do in whatever I love. Right attitude, right cause. What will happen if I follow my Swadharma? Swadharme nidharam shreya. My work will be in alignment with my temperament. This is what Bhagavan says, that your job is to fight. You are made to fight. You have collected so many astra shastra. You are a warrior. You are a kshatriya. This is your natural inclination. You fight. Then work becomes joyous worship. Any work, whether it is cooking, taking bath, or whatever job or business I am doing, this will exhaust our karmas and service to society will happen. That is why Bhagavan is saying is you do this. You do your duty of fighting the war, even though there is killing of 47 lakhs people there. This will create success outside, happiness inside. So these will be the benefits of Swadharme Nidharam Shreya. Don't think of others' person duty and then try to follow it because I think it is something glorious. How to discover Swadharma? Answer for yourself following questions today. What kind of work I will do without money and appreciation? That is what I love actually. No appreciation, no money. As Gurudev said, Gurudev was once asked, suppose people don't come to your talk in one town, what will you do? He told, my bags are packed inside in the room. I will pick up the bag, go to another town and talk. If there also nobody comes, I will talk to myself and listen to myself. Because this knowledge is so valuable. I enjoy just thinking, talking and listening to myself. Brings the best out of me. The flow comes because I love it. Makes me forget time. It's very, very important. That's the reason many speakers, when they talk, they forget the time only. Makes me forget myself. That is the highest realization. Because the person disappears in this. And only that action happens because that from that love, from that kind of universal well-beingness. I do not feel exhaustion. Gurudev used to say, no holidays in 50 years. He took no holidays in 50 years for this work. Globally traveled half of the globe. And if you see schedule and diaries for 2 years recorded, like breakfast in Delhi, Chennai lunch, Mumbai dinner, again next day go to Chandigarh. That way he used to travel. I always want to do more and learn more in this. I don't say, no, abhi bas ho gaya, because I don't love it. So abhi bas ho gaya, abhi nahi karna. Because basically that love is not there. It is forced. Or I'm just doing as a duty. I can do whole lifetime the same thing what I'm doing. That's the reason. Swadharme nidharam shreya. And then I have to discover it. And I should not say, no, it is only like musician. How much you will learn? You should do a job. I feel inspired before, loving while doing, and feel peaceful after completion. That is the reason why it is been said, Paradharmo bhayavaha. Whatever I do, this must be the policy. Inspired before the job. And when I do, it is out of love and passion is seen. And then after the job is over, there is peace. Completion. No incompletion there. So we completed 2. That is no attachment and no comparison. Now we go to 3rd one today. For 3rd one, Bhagavan has given many verses. So it is very important. So anybody remembers the formula? Acid case. So A, attachment, C, comparison. There are two C's. So here, third one, no criticism. Very, very, very important. Bhagavan has given 4 times. Adveshta sarva bhutanam maitra karuna evacha. Do not have any ill feeling. No, no, I don't have ill feeling towards other. I just criticize. It cannot happen. Parushyam evacha. Parushya means there are some people are very harsh when they are talking to others. And somebody talks harshly with them, they don't like it. Second verse. Third, Paishunam, where different values are given. Ahimsa, Satyam, Krodha. In that, Apaishunam means refrain from fault finding in others, Bhagavan says. Third, repetition. And fourth, Ahankara Balam Darpan. In that he says, Pratvishanto Bhya. Means Pradvishanto Bhayasukaha. Means those people who are demonic, they abuse other people and God also. So what is the learning for us? We have taken no criticism and we will elaborate in this. What is the psychology of criticism? Why people love to criticize others? Why there is so much of discussion about negative factors? So we will see the laws of criticism also. What are the questions? What is criticism? What is the difference in criticism and constructive feedback? Those people who criticize, they say, no, I am not criticizing. I am giving a constructive feedback to other person, not knowing what is the distinction between them. If somebody gives criticism to me and constructive feedback, I don't like it. There are many people who don't like any advice from others, but they give so much of advice in form of criticism to others. Laws of criticism. Psychology of criticism. Why there is this psychology which is prevalent? If you go to any airport, any bus stand, any gathering and just observe what people talk to each other, I can challenge you, 80% of the time they will be talking about something which they are criticizing about someone or something. 80% of the time. Because we enjoy negative news. If there is a news today, Abhishek Bachchan, Aishwarya Rai divorce, my attention will go. Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli fight in the dressing room. What a thing related to me, but we love that negativity. Cost of criticism we pay in our life. And how to overcome criticism. These are the questions we will deal in this. So now first, what is criticism? Criticism is a tendency to focus on faults, deficiencies of people, situation, events, often with an intention, conscious or unconscious, of judging. There are some people who are constantly judging self and others than understanding and improving. Please note the other thing. So my attention is, oh, that was okay, but the dress was not good. Everything was good in the presentation, but there is one fault was there. Yeah, it is fault. But the way we put it, that appears as a criticism. I am not interested in improving or understanding where it came from. And some people feel very proud that, oh, I have, found and given improvement area, not interested whether the person is improved or not. Finding fault is a habit. Finding fault is a very deeper habit because those are noticed very quickly. Criticism is not merely a communication habit, very, very, very important. It is basically showing what is the condition of my own mind. And what is the condition of my own mind? It comes from a deeper sense of unhappiness, frustration in the person that reflects as criticism outside. So what is the difference between criticism and constructive feedback? Today we will see. That will be our homework to practice. Because under the garb of Love, attachment becomes, we saw there. Under the garb of competition, comparison happens. Under the garb of constructive feedback, basically I enjoy criticism. But what is the difference? So criticism focuses on who is wrong. Constructive feedback discusses on what is wrong. The big difference. Criticism attacks character. We will see the examples. You are untrustworthy. You are lazy. You always come late. This is a character kind of thing. Addresses the impact on behavior. We will see the difference in sentences also. There is something wrong with you, criticism will say. The behavior can be improved. Constructive feedback will say. Criticism focuses on blaming other people for their own life, what has happened in their own life. My life is this because of this outside. This is very, very deeper. Constructive feedback guides people. Criticism creates guilt in self and others. And constructive feedback creates learning, opportunity. Oh, I can learn this. Focuses on faults, focuses on improvement areas. Emotion driven. There is a lot of story and emotion with criticism. Solution driven. Psychology of criticism. That we will see next time. What is the psychology? Why this habit? And we can check what conversations you enjoy with others. It will be more critical than appreciative conversation. Hari Om Shri Ram.
Hari Om. Please stop sharing.
Some sheet here. So some background work Sri Ram is doing. So please become aware of criticism, then we will also follow some laws. But homework one we can give out of several laws. One law, one rule from today, this moment we will follow. I will not criticize another person behind his back. In his absence, I will not criticize or talk ill or anything wrong about that person in that person's absence. Very, very powerful rule to take to follow. This I have taken long time, years back, but still I find sometimes, talking wrong about another person behind his back. If you have the guts, go and talk to that person, looking into that person's eyes. I don't have that guts. I will tell something this to that person about that person, that, and mostly it is negative. If I want to say positive, say. But that will be one of the homework to follow, and you can see lots and lots of energy will be saved, which can be used in our spiritual sadhana. If I stop one thing, stop from today talking behind that particular person in absence of that person. Something bad, something not good, something ill, something not pleasant also. That is one homework for us to follow forever. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.